Welcome back. Guys, PDP is in extinction. It's already been balkanized already. There's the Wike part, there's the other people's part. Then we see Shoemi touring around the whole country, visiting all the old PDP stalwarts and looking how they can revive PDP. But it doesn't look too good for PDP. Is it going to be... We have animals that are in extinction. Is there going to be a story that there used to be a party called PDP? Philip?
Well, you know, the story of PDP is very interesting. We don't know whether they are going in extinction. But what we do know is that PDP is in Tata. They are fractionized. We have the Wike group, we have the level governors group, then we have the Atiku group, and then we have the Sowomi group, as you rightly mentioned. So we have 4 segments of PDP. And that's not the PDP we used to know. PDP used to be a very formidable party. And when you measure the name PDP, everybody stands still, because that is the party you must respect it. At one point, it was the party in power. Even when they lost power in 2015, they were still very, very strong. They were a formidable opposition. But over the years, you will, especially since the 2023 presidential election, you know, all is not well with PDP. You know, first of all, it started with the 5 governors who believed that the primary was not properly done, the laid down rules were not followed, and therefore they are not going to work for the interest of the party. And then they lost the election, and then the struggle of the sort of PDP between the Wike faction and the others, like you said, and the other are not segmented, because in recent time, Atiku had led the move for a coalition to ensure that the present administration, the Tinubu-led APC, is removed from power to rescue power from the Tinubu administration. Just in recent time, the level governors of PDP, who are the highest office holder of the party, met in Ibadan and said, we're not going to go into coalition, we're not going to merger, but we're going to go solo. If anybody wants, let them come and join us. No sooner that they start speaking, you know, other chieftains of PDP condemn their action that, no, at this point, we cannot go solo, we need to go into a kind of, coalition. But they just said, if PDP end up giving ticket to Atiku, that's the end of PDP. And so many things. So all this goes to show that PDP, or is not well with PDP. It is not well with them at all. But that's not to say they are going in extinction.
Well, Peter, there used to be a time the PDP said every other political party should go and sleep, that they'll be there for 60 years before any other person can think. But that also now brings me to what the Bible said. The Bible says, he that is standing, he should fear, lest he falls. Do you understand? And it looks as though that's the story of PDP, and it looks as if that old poem that said, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. He said even the king and his wise men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together. Does PDP look like a Humpty Dumpty?
Yeah, they've lost their glory. They were feared party. They were a party everybody want to get involved with. They acted of their own problem from in the air, and they were not decisive enough. After the last election, I expect PDP take a decisive action, which they didn't. They allowed it to linger. They allowed that little monster to grow to become a monster. That little seed to grow to become a monster. Now it's a monster that have favored PDP. Also, what happened? Yes. Some people have the right to be angry of what happened at their convention. They felt betrayed. Well, that does not give you the right to work against your party. There's a party structure, there's a party guideline. You are punished if you do anti-party activity. Somebody did it without fear, and it was not sanctioned. You ain't putting every other person to take you. Nothing was done. If they have taken a decisive action then, PDP will still remain as a one house. They allowed it linger. Fractions broke out.
But let me give you the insight to what actually happened. There was a time Wike was only like the sole financier of PDP. Now, we normally say that he that plays the piper dictates the tune.
That is true.
Don't forget, he brought Sheriff right? He brought secondus, right? And he kicked them out at will when he has finished
Because
using
of his
them.
ambition.
Now, when he was also becoming a minister, after the anti-party he did in bringing the current president to power, he said that he wrote to the party that I'm being seconded for this. And the other day, he still said that I said every governor or party leader wrote who they wanted in Tinubu's government. He said, if it's a lie, let them come and say what is not, whether it's true or not. Don't you think that's why he gained control? They couldn't do anything to
like
him.
what you said, that is a regular practice. A president most times write to governors. Sometimes it's not by law. Sometimes he asks governors, who do you want to be appointed to
No,
federal
that's if
executive?
they are from his party.
Sometimes you can give the leave branch. But that is not the issue. Wike campaigned against PDP. Wike worked against PDP. Wike stopped Atiku from campaigning in River State. That is the height of anti-party activity.
That should have ended.
See, no matter how much you've contributed, see, you're nobody without without the group. Wike achieved everything achieved under the vehicle of PDP. PDP gave him the platform. So when this happened, what did PDP do? They were afraid to act.
All right. Do you think
They were afraid to act.
all this should have ended Wike's suspension?
Well, the answer will be in the affirmative with a condition. The condition is this: he who comes to equity must come with clean hands. When they come to the Abuja Convention in 2022 or 2023 to elect their flag bearer, they were presidential aspirants and there were rules. It is on the floor just before the election, before the primary election, that Tambuwa, one of the presidential aspirants, is from Sokoto State, from the north, stepped down. And the rules of the game were changed. It's enough for somebody to get angry to that point. But that's not to say that because you are angry with the baby, you throw away the baby
And the water.
The water
with the bat. You understand? Yes, as a man who subscribed to PDP, its constitution and its law, if he breaks the law, those people who are in charge, they should be able to discipline him. So at the end of the day, instead of Wike being disciplined, like he said, Wike brought Amadou Sharif, according to him, he brought Secondus, and then he brought Yosha Ayu. And then Wike was able to turn the table against Yosha Ayu, and Yosha Ayu was the one that was removed from office instead of Wike facing disciplinary action. That's why you said he would pay the price, take the toll. You see, a lot has happened to PDP, like you said. You rightly said, PDP is the architect of his own destruction. And like you said, I am not seeing PDP. I'm not a prophet of doom, surviving with the recent statement from Bode George, from all of them saying, look, even before the game started, they have said that if you go this direction, we'll make sure the thing go to pieces. And Wike is on his own, doing his own thing. All these Bode George, they are different. Those are just another pot of things. Wike only that he's holding the soul of the party to himself. Yes. And nobody can take it from him. And he dictates what happened to the party. The PDP, as it were today, is gradually becoming a one-man party. So if that happens, that's the end of PDP. But I wish there were.
As we see now, there are no clear-cut leadership. Clear-cut leadership in PDP. Demago is talking. The Secretary General will be talking on another side. The 11th governor, we don't know the constitutional powers, they wild to talk, but they are talking, led by Bala Mohammed, and so on and so forth. Like I said, Shoemi is stirring the whole country, trying to bring fathers of the party together, all those that have sucked from the party. Will it revive PDP as it is right now?
Like what Bode just said some few days ago, that the next meeting, PDP's problem will be resolved. It is laughable. Why do I say it's laughable? Who are those funding the PDP? They are the governors, and they're taking a stand. Yes, I don't know their constitution very well, but those funding the party have taken a stand. You have to listen to them. What do they stand? They said no coalition. Why, in truth, PDP needs everyone. PDP as a party cannot unseat APs.
As it is right
And
now.
this is now. PDP is everywhere. They are not. They are no longer a force.
What if they rejig?
How
Right?
would they do that?
Between
Because
now
person,
and-
but you said something. They don't have any single leadership now. Person that would have been that, if not for his selfish interest, would have been Atiku. This is the last presidential candidate. He should have been the leader of the party. He should have set aside his own ambition. If Atiku had set aside his own ambition, he would have reorganized PDP.
How Atiku has seen things work for people like Buhari that contested multiple times and later finally came to power. He believes that if God can do it for Buhari, he can do it for him too. Will you want him to give up his ambition?
Well, it's not a question of doing it for Buhari. Atiku is a different person. Buhari is a different person. And God has also said that I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy.
That's true.
So
Okay.
Atiku cannot, because Buhari contested several times, because he said he cannot mortgage the interest of Nigeria for his own wish and hope. He can't.
PDP, put your hearts back together and maybe God may have mercy on you. Maybe that we'll close with that today. All right, we'll be right back.